AmzTracker examples. So now that you know what AmzTracker is, you need to know the best way to utilize this service if you choose to use it. The first and most obvious way is when you launch a product. Use it to get 10 to 20 reviews over the space of 5 to 6 days. This will give you some valuable reviews early on, and as a bonus, a little bit of a ranking boost too. Now, the number of reviews depends on how many you can afford to give away at a discounted price and the number available. However, you do not want to use every reviewer, far from it. If you get 50 or 60 people applying to give you a review, do not use them all, and especially in one go. So, dealing with bad reviews. This is my favorite use for AmzTracker by far. So, as I said, do not use all your reviews to start. Instead, hold some back in reserve. You can then use these reviews to push down the negative review, because on the right hand side of your listing, about halfway down, all the newest reviews appear. So if your latest review is a 1-star bad review and it's at the top of that, people are going to see it. So we want to push it down. Now, there are two ways of doing this. The first method is simply use 1 or 2 of your AmzTracker reviews every time you get a bad review. Now, this does work, but the reviewers you select might take a week before they even submit their review, or sometimes even longer. So the alternative method is add reviews from AmzTracker every few days. You could add 2 a week. This means that any bad reviews will not be top of the pile for more than a couple of days. If you don't have a lot of reviewers applying to do a review of your product, then just do 1 a week. Lastly, you can use them if, for instance, your product hits a slump in sales, or if you have run out of inventory for a while and need to get some traction back once you are in stock again. Basically, if you have the budget and enough reviews, follow the same process you did with launching your product. This will not only give you new reviews, which Amazon appear to like, but also a boost in your sales velocity. So now you have some idea of what to use it for. Let's go take a look at some live reviewer applications. Remember, we do not just want to select every reviewer. We want to hold some reviewers back for future use, and we do not want to choose reviewers we suspect may get into trouble with Amazon. So I've logged into this AmzTracker account that's got a product in it which is in the review club. Now I'm going to blur out a lot of the information, but the real important information you will be able to see very clearly. So first of all, I want to click on Review Club and then click on the product. What we are interested in is on the right hand side under the number 73 is the silhouette of a person. And you'll see when I put my cursor on it, it says Show Requests. So we want to click on that. Now it's showing me all the prospective reviewers. So I'm just going to scroll up so that those are the only things we see. So before we actually start selecting reviewers, let's take a look at some of the column headers. Reviewer rank. Now this is Amazon's reviewer ranking on their site. And the lower that number, the better they are rating that reviewer. So it is important. Next is helpful. That's basically Amazon's profile helpful score, and is pretty much based on the number of helpful votes they get on their reviews. Next is the total number of Amazon reviews they have. Then the next is confirmed. This is the number of Amazon reviews they have posted that have been confirmed by AmzTracker as being one of their reviews. Last review is simply what it says. It's the last time they did an Amazon review. Reviews per month, again, it's just the number of Amazon reviews they do per month. And remember, just because they're Amazon reviews does not mean they're AmzTracker reviews. Average word count is pretty straightforward. It's just the average number of words in their reviews. So we are going to use these columns to help us decide which reviewers to use. And as you send out the requests, which you do by clicking on the green envelope on the far right, this person will disappear from view. So it does make it easy to sort all the reviewers out. So the first column we're going to sort is reviewer rank. So I've clicked on it once and it's now ranking them from the lowest number to highest, which is the best at the top. Now, underneath this first reviewer, you'll see there's an icon. If If you put your mouse cursor over any icon underneath, then it will tell you what it means. But most are self-explanatory. For instance, this one, he uses images in his reviews. Now, that is a very, very good thing to look for. If they use images, or especially videos, then although they might not use them in your review of your product, depending on what it is, it generally means they're a high quality reviewer. But once we've sorted this by reviewer rank, we can have a look at the first few results and decide if there's someone that looks good. So they've got 768, and looking further down the list, that's a very high number. Now they have done 1,044 reviews, but here's what's interesting. 600 of those are confirmed, which means 600 of their reviews have come via AmzTracker's review club, which means they've got 450 reviews that aren't through this club. Now they may be using another club, but it's always a good sign if you've got a difference between these two numbers. Now the last review 2 days ago, not too concerned about when they did their last review, and they're doing 51 reviews a month. Now that's not a huge amount, and you'll see that when we look at more examples. Their average word count is 311, and again, just by looking down below, that's a pretty good amount of words. So I'm already thinking this is going to be a good choice, and normally I would probably just auto-approve this and send them out their email voucher. However, this is the part of AmzTracker's review club I like, and that is if you click on the silhouette of the person, it'll take you to their profile page on Amazon. And a good idea is actually to be logged into your Amazon account when you do this, because it will show more information. So I'm going to click on see more just because I want to see if they've got contact, and they have. So what I actually like to do is people I like the look of, I keep them in a spreadsheet, because then in the future if I launch a new product, I can actually treat them like I treat Amazon's top reviewers and contact them and ask them if they'd like to do a review. This person obviously likes doing reviews, they've got a lot of them, so the chances are they would. And as we covered in the lesson about top reviewers, you can also look at their lists for things they want and see if there's anything in there that you might want to send them. Now, if this is your first time using AmzTracker, you might have other products you could contact them with, and that saves you having to put them inside AmzTracker. But you could always wait until this person submits a review for you and then double check. So I like to keep them in an Excel file, and then when they submit their review, I take a look at it, and if I like the look of it, then I mark them as a favorite. But let's see what we've got. So obviously we've got all the helpful votes and review ranking that we've already seen. But what I like to do is scroll down and look at the reviews. Now, straight away, I'm liking this person even more, and that's because you can see here they've done a 4-star review, but then wallop, a 1-star review. Now, you may be thinking, wow, I don't want to pick someone who does 1-star reviews, but if your product is top-notch, then it won't get a 1-star review. And by having a 1-star review in here, she is going to seem a lot more real to Amazon. And I've got to say, I don't even need to look any further. I know this person is going to be worth using. You can see she's done another 1-star review. So although I'm saying here she's definitely going to be worth using, you make sure you are confident in your product. Now, one other thing you can look for is to see if she's done any reviews of a similar product. If you were selling Garcinia Cambogia and you found that she'd done 3 reviews for Garcinia Cambogia over the last month, then it's someone I'd avoid. Because in that case, that kind of product, it takes a full month really till you know whether it's any good or not. And the fact that she had a lot of reviews of the same product just means she's reviewing anything. So that is something to watch for. But I'm pretty happy. I'm going to close that page out and I'm going to send her a voucher. And there you go. You can see she's been sent an email with the coupon code and she'll be able to review it. So let's take a look at the next person. So we're going to assume for right now that the reviewer rank is all okay because we've sorted by that. This person's got 90 helpful, 158 reviews. Again, nice disparity between these numbers. She's got double the amount of Amazon reviews as she has confirmed. Her last review was 6 days ago. I quite like it when they haven't reviewed for a few days, but do bear in mind that could mean if you send her an email, it might take a while for that review to appear. But she is doing 62 a month. So that's roughly 2 a day. Average word count is okay. So let's go take a look at her profile. Or his. And it's her profile. So I'm going to click on see more. Again, I like it because I can send her an email later and she's got a wish list. But let's scroll down. 3-star review. Okay, we're looking at a realistic reviewer because she gave 3 stars. Got a 4-star, another 4-star, 5. So generally speaking, she's giving good reviews. But here we go, another one. 2. Now I'm going to assume that generally speaking, she's happy to give good reviews. But if a product isn't good, then she's going to let you know. So again, you're going to have to be confident in your product. It's interesting, you can see here that she's actually done 3 cooking thermometers already on this page. But that is something that you might want to test if you're a normal consumer. So all in all, I'm pretty keen on this, and actually something I didn't mention in the last one is following. So if you find reviewers that have a following, that is always a good thing. But let's close this one out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use her. So I'm just going to put a checkbox in there because I'm not 100% certain. I want to look at other people. Now I'm doing this to show you how I choose. But what you have to bear in mind is what you're looking for. So initially, when you first do this, you post your review. You want to wait at least a week to 10 days for more people to submit requests. Then with that process, you're probably looking, as I said previously, from anything from 10 to 20 reviews. So you might be a bit more lenient. But still always try and find the best 10 to 20. The same thing applies if you're looking to send 1 or 2 a week to deal with any potential bad reviews. And by the way, if you're not getting any bad reviews, then you don't need to do that. But the process is the same. You come back every 2 to 3 days, you sort by reviewer rank and see the type of reviewers you've got. But for the sake of this example, we're assuming we're just starting out or we're doing a boost for a product that needs it, that's been dropping in sales. So we need more. So the next one, again, 89 helpful votes, 305 reviews, 265 confirmed. So this person is getting most of their products that they review through AmzTracker. And while that's not critically bad, right now it would mean I'm going to skip her or him. I'm not even going to look at their profile page for now. Don't forget, as we move through over the weeks and months of using this, we probably are going to take a closer look. But for now, I'm going to skip her because I want to find people that have got a bigger gap between reviews and confirmed. So if we look at the next one, 52,000. Okay, 68 helpful, so not as many as the last few people we've looked at, but it's still pretty good. They've done 175 reviews, and here's what I like. 54 of those have been through AmzTracker. Okay, their last review was 1 day ago, not a big deal, and they're doing 33 reviews a month. Again, that's a good number, that's 1 a day. Average word count is 316, so again, it's all looking good. So let's take a look at their profile page. So again, remember, she's got no one following, but that's not a huge reason to go against this person. But if they had a lot of people following her, then that would be a very good reason to choose her. But let's just click on see more. So she's got no contact information. It's not a massive thing, but I do like seeing it. But let's scroll down. 5-star, 3-star. So good. Once again, I'm going to reiterate that. Having someone giving all 5 stars, or even the majority 5 stars and the rest 4 stars, in other words, no negative reviews, is a bad sign. And for me, I pretty much ignore anyone I see like that. So go down, the mostly 5 stars, we've got another 4, another 4. So generally speaking, she's very positive, although we've got another 3. And it's good to see. It's good to see that they're willing to give lower marks for their products. Okay, so I've seen enough of her. I'm kind of in between on her. So what I'm actually going to do, I will put a check mark next to her, but I will remember to come back and check. So the next one, again, I'm going to ignore the rank for now. 80 helpful, it's pretty good. 253 reviews, 152 are confirmed. So again, we've got a nice gap, 100 difference there between the two. Last review was 1 day ago, it's not a big deal. 191 reviews a month. So that's 6 a day, so it's getting towards the high end of reviews. Average word count's good. Let's take a look at them. And here we go. She's got followers. She's only got 5, but it's better than 0. Let's check on see more. No contact info, but that's okay. Let's take a look. 5-star, 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 5-star. I'll just say something if we don't. Right, a 4-star, but still no negative reviews. Still no negative reviews. 4. Okay, we've finally got a negative review. 3-star and some jewelry. Again, mostly 4 and 5-star. So all these reviews I'm going through here, we've had 1 3-star review. Not a sign of a 1 or a 2, or even multiple 3s. That's a little worrying for me. Moving forward, when I've started isolating all the best reviewers and sent them their codes, then I might come back to her and use her. Oh, there we go, 2-star review. I spoke too soon. Okay, so I'm actually going to put her on the maybe list because finally we had a 2-star review, even though the majority are positive. So the next person, 119 helpful, that's good. 356 reviews, that's good. That's fine. 212, so we've got a 150 gap there. I like it. 124 reviews a month. It's 4 a day. It's not a massive deal. Remember that Amazon know there are people out there that just like doing reviews, and they know that their best reviewers get sent products for free to do reviews. So it's not a major panic if they have a lot of reviews per month. Average word count, 267. Let's take a look at their profile. So very little information, not even a profile picture. But we've got 4 stars, a 3-star, another 3-star. So not super excited. I do like seeing at least 1 or 2-star, but a 3-star is okay. But the vast majority are 5 stars. Now, if you're in a situation where you desperately need 5-star reviews, then you may bite the bullet with this person. Just remember, if in the future Amazon decide to go after more reviewers, then we think it's highly likely they're going to look at the ratio between good and bad reviews because they have all the data and they know what that ratio should be. Look at that, silicone spatula. That would have been funny if it was actually the one that I'm using as an example. Anyway, I'm going to leave her out for now. So that is basically what you do. You need to keep working your way through all these people, but I do want to show you some other examples. So for instance, we've got this person here. He or she has fully filled out their profile, a good sign. She's used images in her reviews, and she's got video reviews. So that I like. She's got 156 votes, which is pretty good. 720 reviews, which is the most we've seen that we've looked at so far, and only 429 of them have been through AmzTracker. Nice big disparity. I'm almost pretty certain I'm going to use this person because even if she doesn't have any negative reviews, the other factors are outweighing that. In other words, a huge disparity between reviews and confirmed, and the fact she's done video and image reviews. However, the one downside is her average word count is 68, so she doesn't write long reviews. But let's take a look. So, not sure if this is a male or a female. No contact information, no following, but decent number of helpful votes. 4, 4, 4, 3, 5, 5. Okay, we're looking at majority here are 5-star reviews. So, now I'd actually want to look at one of her reviews. Because although she does write short reviews, it does say that she uses images and videos in her reviews. So I would look at this review, see how it read, see what I thought of it. Wasn't a particularly good example because it's a book, but let's find a product we can look at. Let's go with another saturated product, Spiralizer. So as you can see, it's pretty short and sweet, but it's a decent enough review. It doesn't have a lot to it, but she's saying that it's a good product. So my only question now would be, has this person only ever used 1 video review and 1 image review? Now, that is something you would have to do a lot of research because you're going to have to click through a lot of these to see. Despite the fact her reviews tend to be shorter, I am probably going to approve this person because in the past she's done video reviews and used images, so with a bit of luck she'll do that now. And one small note to make. If you remember when we added our product in the previous lesson, there was notes at the end. It was like the last thing you could do before you submitted. By all means, do put in there, we'd love you to add an image to the review if possible. Something on those lines. Just something worth thinking about. So, we're looking to use the best Amazon review ranked people, as long as they have helpful votes, and as long as they've got a decent gap between reviews and confirmed. In other words, between the number of Amazon reviews they have and the number that came through AmzTracker. We do like to see a decent average word count, but even if it's low, you can go and check their profile. Because short and sweet reviews can be helpful. It's great when we get those 4 or 5 paragraph reviews. But short positive reviews can be just as helpful. The most important thing is you use these criteria to decide who to have a closer look at, rather than make the choice. You should always check their profile. Make sure they've got at least 1 3-star, preferably a 1 or 2-star. Make sure they're not all 5-star. A mixture of 5 stars and 4 stars is still not great if they've got nothing negative or even a 3-star neutral. Those people, I'm not going to delete them. You can delete any of these requests by just clicking on the delete request icon, but I would just leave them till the next time I come back and check. Now, by all means, you can keep a checklist. So the person I talked about that I might come back and look at later, I might put their username in a separate list so that when I come back, I can check on that list if I've already looked at them. Now, there are other ways we can search to look at people we might want to choose. Remember, this is about selecting the ones that we look at their profile, because you could end up with 200 requests here and you don't want to look at 200 profiles if you're only looking to select 4 or 5 people that day. So what we can do is we can sort by helpful. Obviously we don't want zeros, but you can see here we've got 199 helpful. The gap between reviews is pretty good. They're a slightly higher rank. We would have reached these people probably by scrolling down half a page. Reviews per month is good and average word count is good. So I would go and take a look. Love this. I love the fact that he's given a load of information. So he's got his email, his website, he's got lots of lists, and let's look. Well, there you go, 1 star. I know it sounds strange that I keep saying I love seeing 1 stars, but when it comes to a reviewer's profile, it's a good sign from Amazon's point of view that they're a real reviewer. And in fact, I'm actually going to choose to use them straight away. And this is someone that I would definitely put in my Excel sheet. So I'm going to close that profile and I'm going to send them the coupon. So this next person, we like the helpful reviews, but it's not a big gap between AmzTracker reviews and Amazon reviews. Decent number of reviews a month, fairly small word count. So I would ignore this person. But remember, that's all you do. You ignore them. Do not delete them. If you're desperate in 6 months' time and you desperately need a review, then you can ask them. One thing to point out, the longer the time goes by, a reviewer might stop doing reviews. They might stop doing it. So you may wait, and it may be 6 months down the line, you send them a review request, and they never give a review, or they never even buy the product, because they're just not doing it anymore. But it's better that that happens than you select someone to do a review for you when you've got better people to choose from. Okay, let's see if we can find someone who's really huge reviews. I'm going to sort by average word count twice. 429, so that's pretty huge when you look at the rest. No helpful votes and a massive reviewer rank. This is someone I might come back to when they delivered more reviews, and I strongly suspect that they're only doing reviews from AmzTracker so far. Looking at the reviewer ranks, I'm going down, these are all pretty high. We've already looked at these 2 people, but it's another way of searching. Okay, you can literally use any of these columns to search. I'm just going to do one more, which is searching by number of reviews. And we already mentioned this person the last time I sorted, I believe. We've definitely checked this person. Huge number of reviews, and yet a really terrible rank. This is someone I would definitely avoid. And in fact, this is someone I'm going to delete. I've got another one here. 266 reviews, terrible rank. And this one's interesting. You can see no reviews listed at all. If we go back, AmzTracker found 266 reviews the last time they checked her. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and suspect one of 2 things. Either there's been a glitch and her reviews disappeared and they're going to come back, or Amazon have actually removed all her reviews. Now there's no way of knowing for sure, but I think it's very interesting that AmzTracker finds all those reviews and yet she's got a huge reviewer rank and no reviews showing up. Could be a glitch, but honestly I'm going to play 100% safe here and I'm going to delete it. Now that is literally all there is to it. Be selective. Remember, however you want to decide to sort by, go through them, check the ones that look good, look at their profile, look at their reviews, make sure that it's just not all 5-star reviews or even all 5-star and a few 4-star. You want to see a bit of a mix. But you want to make sure that they do have at least some form of negative review. Look for people with video reviews and image reviews. They're great. Look for low reviewer ranking. Look for good number of helpful votes. Look for a big difference, if possible, between the number of reviews they've done on Amazon and the number that have confirmed by AmzTracker. Last views, not a big deal. Views per month, not too concerned about that unless it's like 1,000. Average word count, if it's low, make sure you check them. But that is simply the process. You just work through them. Send out the number of requests you want, and then come back the next time you want to do some more reviews, or if you're going to do it every week to try and combat any negative reviews you may get, then just keep coming back on a regular basis. I normally will check in 2 or 3 times a week whether I'm adding the extra reviews to combat bad reviews or not. Because you may come back in here, sort by reviewer rank, get someone in the top 100 that does videos, images, full profile, ticks every single box you've got. So do keep checking in, and you should be checking in anyway to check your keyword rankings. Remember, AmzTracker is a great tool for checking your rankings. So that is pretty much all there is to it. I hope you now see why we consider this to be an okay service, because you can literally pick and choose who does the reviews. And anyone looking slightly iffy, in other words, like the person we deleted before, then you can delete them. If it's just a case you're not seeing enough negative reviews maybe, or the gap between their confirmed and their reviews isn't big enough, then don't delete them, just leave them there. You may well use them later when all the best people have gone. And you will find that people will apply for this weeks after you've started your promotion. It's not just something where you get everyone at once and then you never get another one. But that's how simple it is to use. So now you know how to use AmzTracker's Review Club. Now, once again, I have to stress that I use this service, but the decision to use it must be yours. If you do decide to use it, follow the guidelines I gave you. Do not simply use all the reviewers. You must check them out. Use it in moderation, preferably just for dealing with bad reviews and for initial boost for a new product or for an existing product that's had a slump. Do not go in there and you've got 100 requests with a new product and you just send out all 100. That is a recipe for getting into trouble. So now you have learned about review services. In the next lesson, you will learn how to put all the course methods together based on your product situation. But that's it for this lesson. Take care.